just a heads up.
There. Keep up the pressure.
I mean, the whole world is going to hear us playing Hearthstone, not doing anything particularly important. I agree. I don't know what's so amazing about it.
I could show you my screen if you want to see. It's very fun. It's super funny.
No. I got a lot to figure out, okay? I'm not good at this game yet.
Yeah, do your thing, do your thing.
Should have done that before I refreshed. So that was already dumb. It's a very difficult game, man.
Okay.
It's tense. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the W, but I'm going up against another guy with low health. So I'm actually feeling okay about this. This is what the FanCast has come to, by the way. This is now a Hearthstone program.
Hearthstone.
Yeah, but you don't actually get to
Watch us?
watch it. You just have to hear us narrate playing Hearthstone. That's how we like to do things on this program.
You're doing great out there.
I tell you though, Bob in the tavern is very, very enthusiastic. Oh, Aiden is here. It's going to be so great. So we have a real live Canucks fan that's going to talk to us in the chat tonight.
Nice.
I know.
Awesome.
Everything I know about the issues with that team it stems entirely from what I've learned today talking to Aiden, and I think that just knocked me out of the game. So I'm done.
You're done?
I just got knocked out, man. It's yeah.
Oh no.
They didn't like the Murloc deck.
Well, I'm still going here, and I don't. Oh, I just knocked that guy out. I've got my Exodia build, and it's just gonna get stronger. It's very dumb. Very dumb.
I feel like there's gonna be a ton of people watching that have no idea. But hey, here's the good thing that people can expect today. We do have a watch party, as in at 7 o'clock, the Leafs are playing the Ottawa Senators. I think everybody's going to be super pumped to watch a bloodbath.
That'll be fun.
Damn right it will be. And on that note, we are also going to be spending some of that watch party both watching hockey and playing Hearthstone. You thought they were mutually exclusive? False. We can do both. So it's going to be a good day.
I wish I could show you my screen. You could also spectate me if you wanted to.
Yeah, I could.
You specifically.
That's if I want
if you
to.
want to. Yeah, I don't think
I'm
you
still
want to, but
undecided.
like, yeah, no, it's cool. Don't worry. I wouldn't want to watch me absolutely terrorize kids right now either.
Are you admitting to terrorizing kids? That's what that sounds like.
With this deck, yeah, it's kind of dumb. I'll send you a picture.
I'm
you're watching
check.
it.
I'm gonna come in and
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
watch.
Are you watching right now?
That it's coming, and I just want to let you know, like, this is how we're gonna open the show.
No. Okay, that actually works very well for me. Yay. Get. Fuck. Kid. This is so dumb. No, it didn't work. Oh,
I have no idea what you're doing with this deck.
yeah, no, you wouldn't understand it.
No clue.
You want me to explain to you really quickly? How much time do I have to explain this?
I'll tell you what. We're gonna come back. Like in 40 seconds, the world will see everything that I'm seeing right now.
Okay, so I have 40 seconds to win this.
So this is an Exodia build?
Yeah, this is Exodia. This is like one of the Exodia builds in this game.
But this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh. This is Hearthstone.
You're absolutely correct, but you're wrong in every language as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pretend that made sense to me.
I think I might have screwed myself if I do this.
Better
I
hire
think
a
this is
recruit while you
screwing
can.
myself, but we'll see. Oh, I missed it. That makes me sad.
Better hire a recruit.
Nope, I didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Leafs FanCast. My name's Danny Maggs, and currently we are watching Paul the Caveman Cavaretta play Hearthstone.
Wrong, guys. Yeah, that's
Because
just,
while
it
you might
is.
have thought this was a hockey show,
This
we
is
have
actually it.
interests outside of just hockey. Harry Boss X, thank you very much, and that's a subscription. Thank you very much, sir.
What's going on, Harry?
I don't know.
How
Did
are
you
you?
expect hockey talk today? Harry, did you expect us to talk
Absolutely.
about the Leafs, Kings, Canucks, and Senators? We will do
Also-
that, but apparently there are more pressing things, and all of this, by the way, is Paul's fault.
Let me just explain this quickly, okay? You see this guy over here, the scallywag guy on the far left?
Yeah?
So when he dies, he summons a pirate, okay?
Yeah.
And then when that pirate gets summoned, this guy on the right here,
Yeah.
they summon more of them. And every time those pirates attack, the guys in the middle here give everyone +2
Let's
+1.
see if you can
Okay.
stay
I
on
know what's
top.
about to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll see what this guy does, because this guy could, absolutely destroy me with that.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. You are losing this game, guaranteed choice.
Oh, 100%, because I did not expect that guy to have that. Kind of sucks, but it's okay.
Yeah, that was the most anticlimactic thing you could have done. Harry's disappointed. I'm disappointed. Christian Shemeka is just happy to be here. Hey, intern Christian, what's going on?
What's going on, Christian? Yeah, unfortunately, things do not turn out the way you want when you're facing Deathwing, who got Alec here. That's okay. Second place is always good.
Yeah, this didn't work out well for you.
No, I didn't get the final piece.
Can we
Or
start talking?
I misplaced a piece. Yes,
Can
we
we
can
start
start
talking about hockey? And I do apologize to everybody.
Oh, it was +59.
I apologize to everybody for that. You see, it's entirely Paul's fault that we are playing games like Hearthstone. We talked about it yesterday. We were looking for things to do. He's taken a back seat on chess because he knows he can't beat me. So we're looking
That
for
is
other things that he
correct.
and I can play to prove that I'm better at thinking games than he is because he is a caveman.
I think I beat you in that one, to be fair. So
Which
you
one?
kind of
Well,
just...
Yeah, but I mean, I'm new. Like, you give me a week,
That's
I
perfectly
will
fine.
be better than you at whatever games, and I will prove
Hangman.
it.
I like Harry's take. We should play Hangman. I have a movie you'll never get because no one's ever watched it.
Then that doesn't...
Yeah, it counts still.
Well, I'm going to hit you with sriracha sauce, and you're not going to get that.
Sriracha.
Anyway. Let's play some hockey
also,
games this week.
6-2 win over San Jose. They actually... What? Did I miss a 6-2 win?
No. Before you get
Go ahead.
excited, Harry. Okay. Before you get excited, San Jose is the worst team in hockey. They're worse than
Hey.
the Ottawa Senators.
No.
They may not be worse than the Vancouver Canucks. I don't actually mean that. I just like saying it out loud. So
Oh, they didn't.
anything... I know that they beat you a couple days before. That's not something you want to advertise. Because they're not very good.
Don't forget how bad my Kings are.
I know,
Hey,
but hey, you
they've been
take
fun.
solace in the fact that you are at least better than San Jose. And unlike the Canucks, it does look like your team knows how to rebuild correctly.
That is still... jury's still out on that one.
You're right. I'm just taking shots. I really don't mean it. I really don't. But we'll have lots to say about Vancouver as we go. Speaking of, that's actually where we left off. Last Monday, the Vancouver Canucks were in town for their final of 3 games. Surprise, surprise. The Leafs win 3-1. It was a really boring game. We got bored watching it.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I
then,
fell asleep.
a game later, at Montreal, in Montreal, the red-hot Montreal Canadiens, not so hot anymore. The Leafs put them on ice, 4-2 dub. And then Hockey Night in Canada this past Saturday, they pay back the favor 2-1 at the Habs. And what does that all mean? I'll tell ya. It means your boy Danny Maggs went 3-0 on the FanCast Forecast. And Paul
Get outta here.
had a bad week.
Get out of here.
Paul, do you watch The Price is Right?
Yes,
Then
and
this should sound
unfortunately
all
for
too
you,
familiar. Price is right. But yes, Carey Price was right on Saturday.
Okay, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. I was doing it for the meme because now I'm 6-9.
You did not do that on purpose.
Of course I did. You can't prove it. You can't prove I didn't. Nice. Harry knows. Harry understands it.
The worst.
Harry's excited for our watch party next week with the Kings and the Blues, isn't he?
He's very excited. Do you know who's even more excited? The St. Louis Blues, because they won't have to play the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, yeah. What is going on with that division?
Dude.
7 games in a row.
Well, COVID. And they've got to put them in somewhere so that they don't lose them. Like, it's I think it's hilarious.
Sure.
It's an NHL record that's going to be up for a long time. You remember, they didn't award the Stanley Cup during the Spanish flu pandemic in the 19...
You know what?
1920.
I actually don't remember that. I was not born for that like you. So.
Well, maybe you remembered reading it somewhere, and then, of course, I remember you don't actually partake
I don't
in
read.
that particular activity.
Not what I do.
But
So
the NHL got all screwy then. The idea now... Take two?
Oh, voice crack. Voice
The
crack. Here we
idea
go.
now that the NHL is getting all screwed around with the pandemic means that a lot of what we're seeing right now is really once-in-a-lifetime stuff, and I hope we can at least appreciate it because that kind of makes it a little cooler. How are you feeling about our boys in blue after proving that they are right there with Montreal? If not for Carey Price, we take 2 in a row from Montreal. Does anything really change too much last week to this week when we just watched the Leafs run their division?
The short answer is no. I mean, what's the change? We know the best team aside from Toronto in this division is Montreal, and if you split a series with them, clearly you know that you can step up to the best team, well, at least in your division, the other best team in the division. So we don't really change that much. I still think the Leafs are top of this division. Montreal's position doesn't drop for me any. Do they for you?
A little bit. And it's not just because of the loss against Toronto. But Montreal has not looked good over the past little while. If they had lost to Toronto, would have been 3 games back. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant to say at all. I meant to say 7 points back, which is just over 3 games. Which would have really kind of isolated the Leafs in a class of their own. I said this at the beginning in the guise of let's keep looking at the big picture. When Montreal was winning, it was early, and it just boils down to a hot start. So if that's all it was, right? A hot start. They need to show that they can do it consistently as a team without just Carey Price bailing them out. I'm not there.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, because Aiden made a good point about Draisaitl. And by extension, McDavid.
Yeah.
So when we started this, remember, like 7 weeks ago, and time has lost all meaning, but at the beginning of it, we said it's going to be probably Edmonton or Calgary up top there with Toronto.
Well, you said Edmonton. I thought they were a bust because they can only play with 2 players, but continue.
So, no, but that was the point, was that we made those predictions.
Harry, it is not early anymore. We have actually, that is true.
We passed the threshold. That was last week.
Quarter season mark now, boys.
And now, Montreal is in second, but have they really looked dominating? Not quite. And other teams are starting to figure it out.
They haven't looked bad.
Nobody said bad, but I don't think they've looked... I don't necessarily think it's 1-2 Leafs Toronto. I think it's Leafs Montreal. I think the Leafs are on top. And then, you've got that class of Montreal. I would say Montreal, Calgary, Edmonton.
Did you see the stat where for the first time since 2017, Edmonton, I know we're talking about Montreal, but we're talking about the top teams. Edmonton, who's third, for the first time since 2017, has a game where Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid do not get a point.
They got to win in a game.
Yes, they won a game without those 2 guys scoring. Is that not an insane stat?
I mean, it says everything you need to know. But, I mean, I really think that this is where they're going to... This is going to be their turning point. At this point, that just kind of shores up that maybe something's clicking. I mean, it's not, right? Guys, it's an abstract stat. Let's not read too much into it. But at the same time, like, Edmonton's a good hockey team, and they'll click. Without one of them scoring. No, you had it, Harry. First time they won a game without either McDavid or
without either of them
scoring.
scoring. Maybe I mixed up my words.
Yeah.
And 4 of 6 points against the Ottawa Senators would be a disappointment.
Oh,
Clear
are you
play.
going to start with this right now? Hold on.
Clear
Hold on. Are you actually going to start with this right now?
Well, somebody mentioned in the chat that we need 4 of 6 against Ottawa. And that's a lie. We need 5 or 6 because they're a garbage team.
No. And this is going to set the tempo for the watch party tonight, and it's going to set the tempo for what the Leafs are going to get into over the next little while. This is a very uncomfortable situation, by the way, for me as a Leafs fan. To be in front of the division and to definitively be the best team in the division. Okay, because I'm going to have to deal with idiots like you. No offense.
Wow.
But I'm going to have to deal with cavemen-sized brains of people like yourself who are going to go on and say that the Leafs should win every game and they should beat up every single time against Ottawa and Vancouver and stop. Do you remember when the Leafs were bad? Of course you do. Did you always remember watching that the Leafs, Aiden just hit the nail on the head in the chat, the Leafs would always find a way to beat good teams? The frustrating part was that they could never beat the teams they were supposed to beat. But yes, they, like the Ottawa Senators, have been rising to the occasion, or had a history of rising to the occasion, and now the Sens are doing the same thing. Sens are going to play the Leafs tougher than they'll play anybody else in the division.
Yeah, but how much of that is also just Battle of Ontario and all that nonsense?
It's both.
Yeah, it is.
But that's their measuring stick. And they're going to fall short, but they're going to make sure that they fail with pride. And so it's not going to be easy to beat them every single time. So stop, okay? 5 out of 6? Come on. And yes, Harry, there is a watch party tonight. Game goes at 7 o'clock. And we'll be hanging out, playing Hearthstone, keeping eyes on the game.
Doing boy things.
And then talking... You know? That's a great segue, Paul. And then talking about the game at the intermission. Speaking of boy things, if you guys remember, last week, Paul the Caveman Cavarella made it very well known that over Valentine's Day weekend, he was participating in a gender swap party with the girlfriend.
Can you still see thug on my fist right there?
There's
went a little bit.
It's fading.
Went a little different than I anticipated. So they didn't want to do a gender swap night. That's how my girlfriend proposed it to me.
Go.
What she wanted to do was she wanted just hit the mic. She wanted the girls wanted to dress up as boys and have a guys' night. And since I was going over and I'm always a guy, they're like, why don't you dress up like a girl and have like a girls' night? So I said, okay, I'll just dress up as myself. And then my girlfriend's like, why don't you just put fake tattoos and pretend you're a rapper? And I said, you know what? That's perfectly fine as well. I'll do that.
So gender swap translated into blue collar hockey fan
night.
Plumber turns into gangster rapper. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Because
yeah, no, absolutely not. And then they were all their own little characters. And my girlfriend now suggests we do a drag night. I do not want to go. Just pointing that out there. I mean,
hey, dude, it's 2021. Drag is huge.
Drag is not for me. Not for me.
So what I actually think happened here.
I understand, but it's not for me.
Okay. This is what I think is going on here. Okay? I think that she realized it was going to be a hard sell. So she got to butter you up a little bit. Okay? Yeah, instead of a gender reveal party, it's too much too quick. Tell you what, I'm going to do the gender swap, very different. I'm going to do the gender swap part, and then you can see what it looks like, and haha, I dressed up like a boy, wasn't that fun? Now you be a girl. And then things are going to take a turn.
For the worst? Oh, I see.
I didn't say for the worst. Hey man, could open up your eyes to a whole new world.
You know, this is my favorite part of my hockey show.
Yeah.
Peg. Can we get a peg in the chat, please?
Oh, Jesus H. Well, you know,
Peg pot. Not even bing pot. Peg pot.
no, we're gonna not do that. We're gonna draw the line there. God damn you! Really?
Pog. Peg.
Do you want to keep talking about hockey?
Yes, let's go back to hockey because
We'll get to the Canucks in a moment because I do want to talk about what the hell's going on with the Canucks. Well, okay, I'll give you the choice. Paul, do you want to dive in with the Canucks first, or do you want to talk about some returning castmates?
Well, I was gonna
Toronto
say,
Maple Leafs?
speaking about getting pegged.
Oh, yeah.
How about them Canucks?
Yep, that's I like that. Okay, Aiden, I'm glad you're here because we talked about this earlier, and if anybody is paying attention, Canucks fans are kind of ripping into Jim Benning real hard right now, and Francisco Aquilini, the team's owner, comes out and says, no, he's fine. There's nothing wrong with Jim Benning. We have the utmost confidence that he will get the job done. I'm saying this as I'm actually looking for the tweet.
The quote, the tweet, yeah.
Yeah. Aiden brought up a really good point. They
What's Aiden's
said
take?
the exact same thing. He said the exact same thing before he fired the last guy.
Ha! Did he really?
Yes, sir.
I don't think he's doing bad. What?
Ready? Well, I'll explain it to you. I'll give it to you just the way it was gotten to me.
What is wrong
This has
with
been a
people?
unique year for everyone. Roster changes, very little training camp, no preseason. And I'll actually set this up so that the whole world can see it here. No preseason, and just a few practice days. Takes time for new players to fit in. Of course, I'm disappointed by our poor start. Our fans are passionate and knowledgeable. Debatable. They give up on their team very quickly. They have the right to express themselves. But when the media puts gas on the fire, dealing in rumors and misinformation as it's fact, it's time for me to speak up. Contrary to what you may have read or heard, we're sticking to the path we're on, building on our core of young talent. Progression is not always a straight line. There is no easy fix, only patience, commitment, and hard work like Besser, Pettersson, and Hughes. Hoglander was an excellent pick. It looks like he'll be part of the future. Our hockey group believes Podkolzin will step into the lineup as well. Full confidence in Jim Travis and this group. No plans to make changes. So.
Okay. What's wrong with? Okay, I don't want to. Go ahead. Do your thing.
This is the same tweet that he sent out in support of Jim Benning.
Huh.
Congratulations on today, Jim. Share your excitement about the future. You and Trevor's full support. And Trevor Linden left 5 months later. So I think it was... what do you think, Paul? Different circumstances? Same circumstances.
Okay, first of all, it's a COVID central season. Things are a bit different. So to get fired or to get relieved of your duties in this season means you royally screwed up. I have yet to find a place where Vancouver has royally screwed up.
And so this is
the
the thing.
They have underperforming players, don't get me wrong. But look, Quinn Hughes is a point per game player. Brock Besser's 16 and 18. He's doing wonderful. Miller's doing wonderful. Horvat is keeping up as much as he can. The weakest spot that they have is Pettersson's having a pretty down year, 12 and 18. But I mean, what? They lose Toffoli, Tanev, and Markstrom. Well, they chose to move on from Markstrom, expecting Demko to step in, and Demko hasn't been anything worth talking about. He's been pretty garbage this year. So I understand that. Okay, that's a mess up. That's a fuck up. Pardon my language. Then Chris Tanev leaving. Well, you know what? He's one of those, like, I don't know. He's not Jake Muzzin, but he's a defensive defenseman. He's a voice in the room. Always good to have, I guess. Always good to have around. You know what? Losing
that's
him,
the thing.
So that
saying,
sucks.
Man.
But they got Nate Schmidt. Nate Schmidt's perfectly fine to fill that role. What's wrong with that?
So I think as a player, he's fine. What we've been seeing and what we've been hearing out of Vancouver is that the room is different and it feels different. Like, yes, these guys might be good on the ice. Nate Schmidt's a fine hockey player. Chris Tanev was in a mentorship role to Quinn Hughes. What does that mean to not have that guy anymore? So there are intangibles, fine. And I do, to a point, think you're right. I do think you're right that it just takes time. I said this to Aiden. I'll say it again. Rebuilds aren't linear. You don't just get better and better and better and better. There are stumbling blocks. And when you have massive roster turnover in a season where, you know, we can talk about Ty Toffoli and say that they didn't get to him fast enough to make that offer. For all we know, Aquilini said, hey, you can't dump a lot of money out in the offseason right now for guys like Toffoli when there's too much uncertainty with COVID. But you don't know.
Yeah, and you know what? I was just taking a look at their cap friendly here as well. The only like standout terrible contract I can see, which we all know, is the Louis Eriksson contract, right?
Yeah, and we're saying you're not even going to fault him for that because the Louis Eriksson contract was handed out in a year where a lot of bad contracts were handed out.
Yeah, so you know what? I don't see this being Benning's last year. I don't see this being Travis Green's last year. It's a year of growth, and the Vancouver Canucks are unfortunately, and this is what I wanted to lead into now. Unfortunately, the Vancouver Canucks are playing in a decently strong Canadian division where the two weakest teams are Ottawa and Vancouver. And that's it. That's just the truth.
Yeah. Before we move on, he is bringing up some good points in the chat. Nikki Fay, that is our producer, Nick Faro. Nick Faro deserves a massive shout-out. He deserves a shout-out every week for being the glue that keeps this train moving.
Yes, sir.
But last week, our main man, producer Nick, got engaged. The man is 23 years old, and he is officially locked down, the love of his life. So I cannot tell you how excited I am to MC your wedding. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be fantastic. Nikki Faye, 009. Happy engagement. We're very happy for you.
Just a question to the chat. Is the video behind, or is that just me? That might just be me.
It's always behind by a couple seconds. What video?
No, never mind. Oh, even Peter's here. What's going on, Pete?
Ooh. All right.
So, okay, congratulations to Nick. Looks good to me. Harry, I trust in you completely. A little bit, I think. That might be as well. But I trust Harry here. 3 to 4 seconds. All right.
Okay,
at this point, I'm just, yeah. I don't think it's Vancouver's fault. The division's actually very difficult, and it's only going to get harder with Toronto having some major returns coming through. Would you say?
Yeah, the jumbo jet is back in the hangar. That's my way of saying that Joe Thornton is off the injured reserve and will be joining the other aces on Toronto's top line in Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews.
Did you say other aces as in Joe Thornton is an ace?
As in fighter pilots. I was sticking with the fighter pilots, jumbo jets kind of thing. Jumbo jets aren't fighter pilots planes.
That's
They're
okay.
actually very
That's all
different.
right.
I was doing really well for a bit, and then you called me out and derailed the whole thing.
It's okay. Move on. Just keep the train rolling.
Well,
right?
I was trying to, and then
pull it into a station.
You literally threw a spike in the middle of the track.
No, pull it into a station. Get off at that stop, and hopefully that's Jumbo Joe's retirement center.
So I'm guessing that you are not a fan of Jumbo Joe returning to the top line with Austin Matthews and Mitch.
I'm not. Okay, I'm not disappointed. I don't think losing Hyman is going to make much of a difference when Matthews is playing.
Hyman?
Losing
He's not
Hyman
going anywhere.
He's dropping off the first line. What I'm saying is Matthews and Marner losing Hyman on their wing. I don't know if that's going to be enough to ruin that line. I think those two can play with just about anybody. Hyman definitely complements it. So adding Jumbo there to make him seem more useful, that's great. I actually don't mind Jumbo going on that line only because it actually frees up Hyman to hop in with Tavares and Nylander and get them a little bit of sandpaper, a little bit more grit that they lost when Simmons was taken off for that 1 or 2 game that he was there. So I'm stoked that he's coming back because it kind of moves Hyman down and lets Hyman, Tavares, and Willie get their gears going. But aside from that, I'm not excited for Jumbo. I mean, how much better is he gonna be than what he was? I don't think that much, is he?
Yeah. I mean, if you actually take a look at some of the numbers from the first season, when Austin Matthews and Mitch were playing with Jumbo, they controlled play. Like, the fancy stats say it was insane. I should have grabbed these numbers earlier, but there was talking about it in The Athletic. They were talking about it on Sportsnet. The numbers actually show that if Joe Thornton is playing with those two, and the way that Sheldon Keefe was deploying him early, then it's just going to tilt the ice even further in the Leafs' favor. I think what we're about to appreciate that we really weren't talking too much about. I mean, we did. We definitely mentioned that the fact that the Leafs were winning with all these injuries was significant. But I really want you to think about this. The Leafs were winning despite these shiny new additions that were brought on to help the offense. They haven't been going. Like, the defense is fine. They shored up the back end. They made the tweaks. Bogosian and Brody.
Yeah.
Like, that's as advertised. And we haven't had the chance to see this offense work the way that they wanted it to in the offseason because we've been dealt with these injuries. Now, if we can appreciate how good the Leafs got through this, buddy, when they start ripping it up again, this is going to be the gear that we've been missing.
Joe Thornton is the gear we've been missing?
Not just Joe
What
Thornton.
is that?
Not just Joe Thornton.
Going back into first?
Nick Robertson is going to come back up to the team real quick. Because who was the first guy who was supposed to come in once there was an injury? Was Robertson. Wayne Simmons is gone until, I want to say, April? May?
Yeah, it sounds like he's not going to be back for a while.
Right. So, okay. Now Nick Robertson, I mean, it's not the grit we wanted, but Nick Robertson can put the puck in the net, just like the Wayne train was doing. So
yeah, but it's a different skill set. That's a different skill set.
Look, it's not a perfect fit, but I'm saying you're going to get him into the lineup and sparks are going to fly, and it's going to be phenomenal. We don't know how good the Leafs are capable of being yet, and now I'm feeling really good about it.
So now here's my question to you, Danny. With how well the Leafs have been playing without Robertson in the lineup, and this even extends to Sandin to an extent, without Sandin in the lineup because Lettinen and Dermott have been looking amazing. Without those guys in the lineup and the Leafs winning as they have, do you think we should be putting them in, or should we be keeping them out? Because in my mind, I see it two ways. One, you don't mess with a good thing. We're already winning. Why risk it with a piece that might not fit for a game or two? And two, let's protect them. Not just from injury, but let's protect their confidence, right? Let them play with, I guess, not lesser talent, but let them rip it up in the AHL.
Who are you talking
I'm
about?
talking Robertson and Sandin.
Okay.
I'm saying I don't think he's going to step on the ice with the 8 defensemen that we have that are ready to play this year.
Yeah, Sandin.
Unless an injury happens. Yeah, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, look, I don't think Zach Bogosian is going to stay after this season. I think he'll get a better payday. So no, what I'm saying is Sandin's part of the future, and just it doesn't matter about this season. With him, you're right. With Robertson, you're not. He's a high skill guy who fits in the future of this team. He looked like in the couple games we've seen him, he's been ready to play. Throw him in there, especially if you can get him some minutes up on that second or third line. I think you should. Now, if the only space you have for him is on the fourth line, then I would say let him get his 18 minutes a night in the A.
Okay.
Right? But if you actually have an opportunity for him to get more than 12 minutes a night, then play him. 100% you play him. He's good enough. And there's no point in it's not like he's going to make you any worse. And you do still, as much as it sucks to think, you have to be future forward at the same time. You have to.
Yes and no.
Oh my God.
Yes and no. Yeah, we have to be future forward, but the future is already locked down for us, honestly.
No,
is it not? We have. Hold up, but we have our big guns. I'm not saying that Robertson won't be a big gun of the future. He can definitely develop into being another weapon. But at this point, wouldn't you just rather win as much as you can now, and then when Robertson comes up, he comes up? Why push him?
Because who would you rather have on your roster right this second? Jimmy VC or Nick Robertson? Pause, because we'll come back to VC. I do want to move on because we gotta go quick.
A little bit to go through, yeah.
Because we got the game at 7. Okay, quarter season MVPs. You wanted to talk about this. You know I hate doing this. Like, do you ever notice? Do you ever notice?
Fun.
Do you ever notice? And this is to the room, okay? People are dying for content. Like every sports media outlet ever is like, hey, we're a quarter of the way through the season. Let's do the rankings. Tell you what, we'll do it again at the halfway point. We'll do it again before the playoffs, and then we'll do it every other day in the playoffs.
Okay, that might be a little.
We know who the best players on our team are. And yet
Do we?
you still made me pick MVPs for offense, defense, and honorary mention.
Well, you honorary mention.
Savagery from Aiden.
That's
Local
perfectly
radio
fine.
would help.
Local.
Aiden out in Vancouver, bro. Oh, man. Yeah, TSN, dude.
Do they not have local radio?
Did you not hear what Bell Media did?
I mean, I've heard
They
rumors.
took 3
not rumors,
stations off the air and didn't tell a single employee that they were going to do it until they did it. So at 9:30 in the morning, a pre-recorded message played saying TSN Radio is now flipping formats. Done. That's how everybody found out. Are you ready for the best part? When they said TSN Radio is switching formats, thanks to everybody who helped run this station, do you know what song they played?
What?
Green Day's Good Riddance, otherwise known as Time of Your Life.
Oh.
So now imagine you're in the building.
Wow.
Imagine you're in the building.
Just
Over
lost
the
your
PA,
job.
Over the PA, you hear a recorded message go on your station that says your station doesn't exist anymore. And the people that did it, who were your immediate employers, to really just twist the knife a little bit further, followed that up with Time of Your Life by Green Day.
Wow.
And
That's.
it's big oof. So, pour one out for local radio.
Poor guys.
And
Well-
if you know what, if we want to honor the spirit of local radio by not doing quarter season MVPs, I'm okay with that.
Absolutely not. How are these guys going to get their content now without our quarter season MVPs?
Okay, well, in that case, you wanted to break it down 3 ways: offense and defense with an honorary mention. The honorary mention is actually, that was my idea.
Yes, I just wanted to quickly throw this out there. I think producer Nick, needs to get his own shout out here because he made a great decision proposing getting married. Wonderful. A terrible decision naming Nylander his offensive MVP. And I'm sorry, Nick, I have to call you out on this because he's been okay. He's been good. He's not been inconsistent like before. He's been playing. But come on. It's Nylander. He's the 4th best forward any night. Any night.
4th best?
4th best.
You're right. Jumbo Joe would be 3rd best. No, okay, that makes sense.
What are you talking about? 4th best. Who's less? Tavares is less than Nylander?
It's arguable.
Really? Jumbo Joe is top 2. Harry, don't even say that. He's my crutch for my fantasy team, man. I agree. He is the crutch. He's been pretty fantastic for fantasy.
I'll take a look at scoring leaders and goal leaders.
For the Maple Leafs?
Yeah, and so your boy, Austin Matthews, 11 goals. Mitch has 7.
Okay.
And then Tavares and Simmons both had 5. Nylander and Spezza are both at 4, same as Zach Hyman.
Yeah.
These are just goals in total. And as much as I agree that Willie has looked really good, when you look at that level of disparity, the offensive MVP, Paul, is?
Austin Matthews. Thank you very much.
Oh, I expected you to get that right. Why did you get that wrong?
I'm sorry. Listen, Mitch Marner has been. You know what?
Points leader on the team. Points leader on the team.
I 100% agree. Mitch Marner has played beyond his contract. Everybody who's been talking about his contract,
no, he hasn't.
And whatever.
No, he hasn't. He's playing to the level of his contract. That's
what I'm saying.
What
listen, all I'm saying is he's I mean, I would call it a little bit outperforming. 22 points in 15 games.
He's not outperforming $1 million. Sorry, man. $11 million.
That's pretty close. I mean,
He's playing to the level of. He is certainly not
Okay.
exceeding it.
Listen, he is playing to the level of. Who else is in the league leading right now? McDavid?
What you want?
Draisaitl?
You want league numbers?
League numbers, I think McDavid's still leading, with Draisaitl is number 2.
I'll tell you.
And then Marner, I believe, is still number 3.
McDavid's at 28. Yeah, Marner's, yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
McDavid makes
With
what?
Patrick Kane.
McDavid makes what?
James Van Riemsdyk just 4th.
James Van Riemsdyk would be higher if his games didn't keep getting canceled.
Listen, Connor McDavid is making 12, I believe. And you know what? Yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah,
He's playing to his contract, whatever.
That's it. And
Close
not
enough.
only is he doing it,
For me-
not only is he playing to the level of his contract, he's been doing it very quietly. Like, the plays he makes some really stellar ones, sure. But the fact that he's doing most of his work via assists, I mean, the 7 goals are nice because he doesn't normally do that. But
the fact that he has 7 goals is what I am the most impressed with. Because Mitch Marner came to this season and he said, guys, I am going to shoot the puck and I am going to score because that is what I want to do. Right? That is what my next level of my game is to learn to shoot the puck and to score more goals. And he's been doing it. And for that, Mitch, you are fantastic.
Nope.
Number 2 MVP this year.
Mitch is...
Fantastic number 2
Okay.
MVP.
It's a hot take.
Because-
It's a hot take. But I'm going to tell you, I don't think Austin Matthews scores 11 goals so far without Mitch Marner.
I
disagree. So I'm not... No. You can't disagree with that. I mean, you can
100% disagree.
You can, but it won't be a good take. Okay, because Mitch has made some pretty magical passes here and there. And the way that he also controls the ice and makes defenders really weary elevates Austin Matthews. I'm willing to say that. Austin Matthews is a generational talent when it comes to putting the puck in the net. Mitch Marner is a big part of the reason Austin Matthews has so many opportunities to put the puck in the net. Via an actual assist or something intangible. I think he elevates Matthews. I think they elevate each other.
I was
I'm
just
still going
about
to say
to-
he's the
I
most
was-
important piece.
I was just about to say that Matthews and Marner create space for the other.
Yeah.
Because if you look too much to Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner can take the puck and do things with it that you have never seen. If you look too much to Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews gets an inch of space and that puck's in the back of your net. With that being said, I still don't think Mitch Marner has that. Sorry, I keep calling him Mitch Marner. I don't think Marner.
But his
I don't
name
care
is
about
Mitch
the first
Marner.
name. I know. I like the short phrase, short form. It's a Mitch or Marner or Mitch. I don't think Marner has the ability that Matthews has to put the puck in the net on his own. And that, to me, is what makes you the MVP. Right
Freddie's
now,
up to
Austin
a-
Matthews, defensively, offensively, face-offs, he's been insane. Goal scoring, he's been wonderful. 11 goals. He leads the league in goals. And this guy has been a monster for us. Anytime he gets the puck, it has been magical, with or without Mitch. And Mitch, a very close second in my eyes.
So do you know why these
But
ratings are stupid?
Second.
Because we just talked about it, and we just talked about what? We argued over which of our two studs is better.
Yeah, no,
Like,
listen,
it's such a
I
dumb
completely agree.
conversation.
But this is why I don't care about our top guys. I care about the fact that my surprise is the defense. The honorary mention that you wanted. Defensively, who do you say? You who do you got? I know who you got, but tell everybody who you got.
Defense has been a hot button topic based on who's the best defender right now. Is something that people were talking about this week. Somebody actually had the gall to tell you that Justin Hall is the best defender on the Leafs, which he's not.
Oh, don't worry.
Leafs
I
made a
will be
trade.
saying-
Leafs made a trade? Leafs made a trade.
No, they didn't.
Leafs have acquired Alex Galchenyuk from the Carolina Hurricanes in exchange for Igor Korshkov and David Warsofsky.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay. Alex Galchenyuk is coming to the Maple Leafs.
That's not actually a thing, is it?
Okay. Alex Galchenyuk is now which makes a lot of sense.
Did they really make that trade?
Because he didn't leave. So when did Ottawa flip him to Carolina?
Wow. Ottawa flipped into Carolina yesterday for what's his name? Ryan Dzingel.
No, so he probably doesn't have to quarantine. I don't think he went to Carolina. They probably told him, sit back. We're trying to flip you again.
Wow.
Who
He might still, honestly, he might still be in Ottawa.
If that's the case, he's in Toronto now.
Might be.
Like, just get him on a Cessna.
Okay. Quickly, I just want to get this off my chest because I was thinking about it, and you can get things off your chest, and then we can go to this. But Justin Hall is the MVP on defense this year because he has stepped up in a way that allows us to be a better defensive team that we would not have had without him because Bogosian would have had to step up there. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, that's fair. I think you can call him the MVP for improvement, but if you take a literal, who's the best defenseman on the Leafs?
Morgan Riley's -1 on a team where everybody else is plus.
It doesn't
matter.
What are you talking about?
Morgan
Riley, it doesn't matter, man. He goes up against top competition. You're not going to look at the minus.
So does Muzzin and Hall.
Dude.
Anyways, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Right now, Alex Galchenyuk is a Toronto Maple Leaf, and he got drafted 3rd overall. So now how many top 10 overall guys do we have on our team?
Yeah, we have a really good hockey team.
Wow.
I wanted to...
Where's he going to play? That's wrong. He doesn't play for Carolina anymore.
Yeah, right? Alex Galchenyuk is not... His last healthy season, his last completely healthy season, he put up 19 goals. Aiden, you make a good point. I can't believe you said this. But Aiden says...
Take the pads off. He still has a better plus-minus than Ryan.
Okay, enough. Aiden says that he doubts it. Galchenyuk actually makes the Leafs a better team. I want to see what they were doing with him. Yeah,
dude, he got 30 goals a couple years ago. How old is this guy now? He's like 20-something, right?
I guess
1994. He's 27. Wow. This dude's 27.
26, apparently.
No, his birthday was February 12th.
Just turned 27. Would you look at that?
So, okay, hold up. Because now this
I'm
makes...
trying to figure out who they're going to play him with.
Why do you not try him with Marner and Matthews immediately? Not saying he's a great player that's going to exceed...
Because they're going to keep Thornton there until Thornton gives him a reason not to. So...
He's what, a 3rd-line guy then? That's fine.
Okay, but then where are you gonna put him on the wing with?
Kerfoot and Mikheyev?
I actually, you know what? They might play him with Willie and Tavares because the whole thing at the beginning of the season was that Mikheyev, Kerfoot, Hyman line that they never got the chance to actually roll out. And if you do that, you keep Jumbo up top, and you put Galchenyuk on the 2nd line. Jimmy Vesey's sitting on the 4th line. This is Jimmy Vesey's last chance, by the way. Like,
you think so, eh?
Between Travis Boyd, who has played with some pretty good
phenomenal
fire, and Nick Patan, who looks like a completely different hockey player.
Yep.
If we're talking about 4th line stuff,
yeah, no, Vesey's on his last legs here.
I'm disappointed because I thought there was a lot of potential there, and I just. He doesn't look like he's in sync with the rest of the team. I don't know what else is going on. The number of times people said which about Galchenyuk. That this is his last chance, he's not delivering. But you know what's crazy, right? Like, here's
my thing with Galchenyuk. I don't remember who he played with in 2015, 2016 where he got 30 goals. But since then, Montreal was garbage in from 2016 to 2018. He then played on a terribly offensive Arizona team. He played on Pittsburgh for about half a season, but I don't remember him. I remember him starting with Malkin. But was that the year that Kessel went off the cliff, or was that Arizona? 2019 was... No, I think Brandon Rust...
Time is lost all meaning, dude.
Yeah,
I don't remember what I had for breakfast. So,
he played for Minnesota? When did he play for Minnesota?
Last season, but he got hurt.
Oh.
Or no, did he get hurt?
True.
No, they traded him at the deadline?
Yeah, we traded him at the deadline, yeah, apparently. Kessel's in a trade going the other way. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Right.
Yeah, so you know what? I don't know what talent this guy's really played with recently. I mean, I guess he played with Malkin or Crosby, or at least was given a chance back in Pittsburgh. But yeah, those guys can, I guess, give. Kessel made the cliff out of hot dogs, Ryan. Kessel made the cliff out of hot dogs.
I'm really curious to see where this goes. We'll look at this during the first period of the game, and we'll try and figure out more. This is the big news. Alex Galchenyuk is a Toronto Maple Leaf.
And and it's sad to say that's big news because I don't even know what what he's gonna bring, what he is.
So this is the last thing I'm going to say that I'm really excited for with Galchenyuk. If it's all about circumstance, if Galchenyuk's a guy who hasn't really had a fit professionally since what is that? 6 years ago? 5 years ago? So since he's 22 years old. He's coming on to a team that this year has really embraced veteran leadership in the form of Thornton, who's been around the game, and think about how many types of players you see. Different types of careers you absorb over a long stretch of time. Mm-hmm. Not just Thornton, but Simmons, who's probably still around the team, Spets, Galchenyuk, who's looking for a shot at redemption.
Be mellow. Flyers. I agree. Flyers are amazing this year. Continue.
I miss Simmons. We are enjoying Wayne Simmons. The Wayne train is a beast, and we like him a lot. I'm excited to see if a team like Toronto, based on how that room is designed right now, if that dynamic can maybe help Galchenyuk get back to that form from his 22-year-old season. So
you know what? Yeah, I don't know yet. I want to see a game. I want to see a week's worth of games. Hopefully, we get to see him this week.
Doritos.
Hey, what's going on, Donato?
The Wayne train is going to be derailed for a long time, but I mean, the influence is still felt around the team. I'm almost positive the fact that he's a Toronto Maple Leaf. Yeah. You know, he will still have an impact on Mitch, on Austin, and whoever else, and then ideally on this on Galchenyuk now too. So
wait, let's talk about how we lost Igor Korshkov and David Worofsky. This is big, man. These guys could have been all-stars for this team.
I can't tell. You being sarcastic?
I don't know. Do you know their names?
Korshkov?
You ever heard these guys before?
Yeah,
Korshkov I heard maybe once.
17?
Was he? Oh, geez.
Maybe. All right, Paul. Before we jump into tonight's game, let's talk about the week in front of us. You know what time it is.
It's the FanCast Forecast.
And on the
FanFast Forecast.
Wait for it. You know what time it is.
It's the FanCast Forecast.
Damn right it is. And on the FanCast Forecast, we forecast the upcoming week's worth of games. I will say it one more time for those that are just showing up late. I'm leading the pack. I am 10-5 on the season in terms of Leafs predictions. Paul is at 6-9. Nice.
Hey. That's nice.
And it is a true FanCast Forecast today because we are calling 4 games. Tonight against Ottawa. Then on Wednesday, we are at home against Ottawa. On Thursday, we are at home against Ottawa. And then we have the rematch against Montreal on
nice. Thank you, replay.
Saturday.
Killing it, Paulie. Thank you, Ryan. Everybody likes my score better than yours. I think I'm winning the FanCast Forecast.
Okay, well, enjoy. Tell you what, if you want to think that for this week, you can have it because your score is going to change. Because we got 4 games.
That's fair. That's fair. For 1 week, I win.
Tonight against the Ottawa Senators, what are you calling, Paulie? Are you calling a dub or are you calling an L?
Can I just go quickly and say this?
Yes.
I'll go through all of it if you want.
Sure.
4 W's. Back to back to back.
Wow.
To back. And one of those, and I'm even going to go out on a limb, and I want bonus points for this. Michael Hutchinson will get a win this week. Michael Hutchinson will get a win this week.
Well then, that made me really nervous. You're surprised the Leafs have actually won games. Okay, Danto is a Bruins fan. He's not actually welcome here. I gave him an air horn because I was happy to see him. It's nice when he shows up, but hockey takes are not his specialty. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Look, it's nice to see you be bullish instead of an absolutely miserable pessimist for a change. That being said, everything I just said about the Ottawa Senators not going to just roll over for the Maple Leafs. We're going to see that. I hope the Leafs pull out the dub tonight, and I'm going to call it as a dub. Because I want it to, but it would not surprise me if it went the other way. I do think they'll pull it together on Wednesday. I think if they do put Hutch in the net on Thursday, they are going to lose. I think the Ottawa Senators will get a win against Michael Hutchinson, and next week, we're going to be talking about it. I really hope I'm wrong because I don't want to see him play a game, but we're going to call a dub, an L, and then at Montreal, Hockey Night in Canada at the Bell Center next Saturday, we'll get our revenge. We'll pull out a dub. So you're calling 4-0. I'm calling 3-1. That is the FanCast Forecast.
The FanCast 5-cast, forecast,
It's
3
a forecast. It's a forecast.
2 cast, 1 cast.
What?
I don't know. Hey, Danny.
Yo.
Because Donato's here, and I know he'd want to know your take on this. Who would win in a fight, Goku or Ben 10?
Goku.
That's where you're wrong in every sense of the way.
Here's the problem.
You don't even know who Ben 10 is,
I know
do
who he
you?
is.
You don't even know his powers.
Never seen an episode.
You don't even know what he does.
No idea.
He has an alien
Yeah.
that can destroy universes, and you think Goku's stupid little jump training, when he's hyped up, is going to beat that.
Goku doesn't lose. Period. End of sentence.
He's lost before.
He always comes back. And he
It
wins.
doesn't matter.
He always gets the last laugh.
Ben 10 will rip him to shreds.
And then he'll just come back reincarnated, discover that there's another level of Super Saiyandom, and find a way to win. Except it's going to take the length of an entire Major League Baseball season for that fight to play out. All right.
All right.
We have a watch party coming up, which is like right now. So here's how this is going to shake out. We're going to go bring up the game. We'll be watching the game, hanging out here. Obviously, we can't play it for you, but if you have the game and you want to watch with us, please do. At intermissions, we'll be hanging out and talking about whatever's up. We're probably going to do a lot of Alex Galchenyuk talk and perusing Twitter during the game.
Yeah, I was also going to say, if anybody wants to come play Hearthstone, you can. And if anybody wants to actually watch the game, you don't know how to watch it, if you follow the Discord, the Bing Pot TV Discord, and go in the Hockey Talk channel, I did post my link for it there.
Sweet.
Very well.
Okay. We'll come back and we'll start talking about the things of the game. We're going to throw a timer up for, I don't know. What do you figure, Paul? How long do you need? Use the bathroom, get a beer?
About 2 minutes, 5 minutes. 5 minutes works.
5 minutes?
Yeah, I'll go 5 minutes.
All right, sounds good, guys. Let's do a 5-minute intermission and the Leafs Fancast. We'll be back for a watch party in 5. See you soon, everybody.
Cool. Can they? Mm-hmm.